Your colleague, climate change spokesman Chris Bowen, will urge the Morrison government to adopt a more ambitious 2030 emissions reduction target. You've skipped from 2050 to 2030. I hope someone's coming up with a costing for this, are they?
Well, Chris, the fact is that if you look at the report that was released last week, it's now quite urgent. Next 10 years, what they're calling the crucial decade, and will determine whether we meet the commitments that we signed up to and whether or not we can limit warming to that crucial 2-degree scenario. And the report also highlighted that warming is getting worse in certain parts of the world compared to others, and Australia is one of those parts. And the result of that's going to be a higher incidence of extreme weather like bushfires that we experienced a couple of years ago and cyclones in the north. So,
are you suggesting Australia can change the temperature of the planet?
No, I'm suggesting that Australia needs to do its bit.
Absolutely.
And we're not doing our bit at the moment. The United States Embassy in Canberra today tweeted that Australia was dragging the chain and needed to do more. Other nations like the United States, like Japan, like the UK are taking more ambitious targets to the conference that's going on at the end of the year. And they want other nations to do their bit as well. And
but they're massive emitters.
Like
they're massive emitters.
Chris, we emit the second most carbon emissions per capita of any nation in the world. So per head of the population, we're second in the world. And I think we've got to do our bit.
The previous chief scientist of Australia, as you know, said that we could stop the whole carbon industry, shut it down tomorrow, all go broke, of course, and we would not make any difference, a fractional difference to the temperature of the planet.
Chris, when we have water restrictions in summer, because we're running out of water and governments put watering restrictions in place, it's not acceptable for someone in their home to say, look,
can I jump in here? This is typical from Labor. This is bumper sticker economics from Labor.
Everyone's got to do their bit. I agree with you.
Economics from Labor. Show us the plan. Show us the plan. It's bumper sticker economics from Labor. It's sloganeering. Show us the plan. I'm a senator for a state where there are tens of thousands of jobs dependent on coal and on our natural resources. We had a Labor leader come to Queensland and do a secret visit to a coal mine, which there's no photographic evidence of it. And Labor today have come out with this so-called new plan. It's just a bumper sticker. Show us the plan. Show us the costings. Tell us how many people are going to lose their jobs in Queensland, how many businesses are going to go bust. The Coalition have got a sensible and appropriate plan to deal with climate change. And the Prime Minister has set out reasonable expectations in relation to that. I'm not going to take lectures from America or China or anybody else in terms of what this country should be doing. We need an Australia First approach, and we shouldn't be lectured by bureaucrats from overseas or by some intern at the US Embassy who tweets something.
And it's all about being proportionate, just like COVID-19 lockdowns. It's about being proportionate to the issue of climate change.
Well, James, the Prime Minister himself has said that they will take a revised target to the conference at the end of the year. So perhaps you could show us your plan. The Prime Minister's saying that the plan will be revised. What is it? Are you going to go with more ambitious targets? Are you going to stick with what's there at the moment? And the point that was,
we've had a consistent
I think was well made today by
for a
Chris
number
Bowen,
of years,
is that good climate policy is good jobs policy. And if you want to make sure that you're investing in the jobs of the future, you need to have a cogent climate plan.
Okay, well, we won't be opening manufacturing and building windmills anymore. That won't be happening. We'll be taking it from the Chinese.